Hello class, this is Professor Bold, and I wanted to give you an overview of our syllabus for 3301, sections 004, 005, 006, and 007. I am in this syllabus area now, and how I got here was from the Blackboard menu. You move down here and you click on syllabus. It'll bring you right here. And in this area is some additional information about the weekly checklist that's also posted in course materials, but also some etiquette, or as they say, netiquette, on how to have online discussions. Also here is when you have your discussion boards, I expect the discussion boards to be more than just, hey, how's it going, or that looks great, or, it's more than that. A discussion is more than one sentence for starters. It's got several sentences, but there's some guidelines here that I've laid out for you. And in this class, you need to post your first response by Friday and your other two responses to two other people at least to get this excellent score. So look at this closely before you start your discussions to make sure that you're interacting at an appropriate level that will be helpful to the learning process. So be sure you review that. Okay, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click on the syllabus and it comes right up. Should do that for you too. Something that you need to know about me is my syllabi are usually not formatted perfectly. I'll put it that way. Some of the tools that we use to format these syllabi can be very cumbersome, and so fonts don't match and things like that. So if you'll just excuse some of those things, if you notice anything major, then let me know. As far as like due dates and things like that, but the rest of it we just sort of go with, okay? This is our syllabus, and this is my information there. I can be reached through the School of Social Work, but also email. Email is really the best way to reach me. This also has a description of this course, and I would suggest that you read this syllabus for detail. The Council of Social Work Education requires that we have what's called EPOS, or Educational Policies and Standards, and that means that this syllabus and these policies match the activities that you're doing in this class. So we have a professional way of doing things in the School of Social Work that allows a student to learn so that eventually they can become a social worker. And so whether you're planning to be a social worker or not, this is still a good class to get the basics on theories of human behavior. However, if you are planning to have a career in social work, you want to know that this is what you're getting yourself into. This is what it's about. So you're going to be able to apply some social work ethical principles, apply critical thinking, talk about diversity and differences in social work practice, engage in research-informed practice, and all of these various educational policies are how the syllabus is built. I'm never sure if students really understand or were explained that in the first place, so it's good information to have. The syllabus also, you can consider it as sort of like a contract where you're making an agreement to take this class and do these assignments, and I'm making an agreement to teach this class and bring these assignments to you. I facilitate the learning process. I cannot do the learning for you, obviously, but I can facilitate the process by providing you with the materials and some guidance, and that's my job. The learning, that's on you. So you'll need to read in this class. We do have a required textbook, and that is right here. You need to purchase the textbook and you need to read the textbook. You're going to need to have access to the NASW Code of Ethics and any other articles we have. You don't have to buy the APA manual, but you do need to know how to access information about the APA because all of the assignments are required in APA, and I do take off points if you do not do APA. It's a social work requirement. Okay, you have a couple of papers due in this class. The first one is the diversity and ethics paper, and I'm going to do a special video on that one. And then there is also there are discussion boards as well. I've already discussed a little bit about that when we went to the navigation video. So you'll have the diversity ethics paper. I'm just kind of scrolling back so you can see it. Diversity ethics paper. You also have discussion boards. And this is very detailed. Students have to have at least 3 posts on the discussion board to get the 10 points. You've got to respond to other people, and you've got to do it professionally. Discussion boards, the first post is due on a Friday, and the second follow-up posts are due on a Monday. You'll see that the flow of having the week start on a Tuesday and end on a Monday is quite nice if you want that weekend time to get things done. So that's helpful. Here's the rubric for discussion board participation and what's expected. And then here is the case study. That's the second major assignment. You have the ethics diversity paper and then a case study. And I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit in a separate video. So be looking for that. You also have quizzes. You have 10 short quizzes throughout the semester to encourage reading. You need to read. You will not be able to complete any of the tasks in this course if you don't read the book, because all of the assignments have to do with application of the knowledge that you've gained in the book. There are 2 exams. One is a midterm and one is a final. Now, as far as working in groups, you cannot do the ethics diversity paper in a group. You've got to do that as a single person, because I want to make sure that you know how to apply the NASW Code of Ethics to a real situation. However, the case study paper, you may be able to explore that in groups, and I'll show you that in just a little bit. Attendance, obviously this is an online class, but you've got to finish everything. I would keep up with this class weekly. I would get things done within the week. That's the best way to do it. Procrastination never works in an online class because there's so much reading, so much to remember and keep up with. It's really best to just get yourself on a schedule and write in a planner when things are due and plan things out that way. Here's the grading of various things. I do a weighted average, and so not everything counts the same. So, for example, the plagiarism tutorial is only 5% of your final grade, whereas the ethics diversity paper is 20% of your final grade. Late assignments, I don't accept papers after 7 days of being late. And when they are late, it's 2 points of deduction off for every day that they're late. That can make a huge difference. It's better, I think, to turn it in on time wrong than to wait 7 days and turn it in. But that's, up to you how you want to run that. It's best to just turn it on time and get it done. Don't procrastinate on getting those things done. Here is also in the syllabus, there is the weekly checklist, which I mentioned in the navigation video. I've mentioned that a couple of times. It's just good reminders to know what you have to do each week. And then there's the course schedule. And actually, August 24th is the first day of class. And you can start the course on that day, but our modules are not going to start until the next week. So the due dates and everything for everything else starts the next week. But we can kick this thing off on August the 24th, and you can get started and move forward however you see fit. You'll notice that the modules are numbered here, and then here's the readings, and then here's the assignments. Let's see if there's anything else. All of the assignments are here. They're also on Blackboard. See, here's an example. Sometimes the syllabus template repeats itself. So I'm not sure, but that's as good as we get for now. There's a lot of other information here that I want you to be sure you're familiar with. If you've never read a syllabus from from start to finish, all the way through, you're missing out because there could be some things there for you as far as student support services, advising, mentoring, tutoring. We have great librarians and people who can help you through the course. So don't feel like you're all alone. Sometimes online students feel like, well, you're out there just kind of hanging out on your own. But the university resources are still there for you. And so I want to make sure you understand to use those. I want to look at the drop policy too. Don't just fall off the face of the planet, okay? If you do not keep in contact with me and you stop doing the assignments, I will have to give you an F, and you do not want an F. You do not want an F. We don't really do incompletes either, but if I know what's going on with you, then I can help you, and I may be able to guide you in a different way. So don't be afraid to talk to me about things that might be happening where you need some help. I need your disability accommodation letters. If you have those, go ahead and email them to me. We have counseling and psychological services for free at the university. So take advantage of all of the resources that are available to you when you need them. And then if you scroll on through, you see some of the policies about discrimination and academic integrity and what's expected of you, and that you need to use MyMav email. No other email will be accepted. I'm not allowed to accept other emails. There's information here about the campus carry and what that means. And I ask that you complete the student feedback survey at the end of the course. So read through the syllabus for detail and let me know if you have any questions. It's going to be a great semester. I really feel like you're going to love this class.